Well, I'm gonna be making Mexican rice. I'll be making 2 cups of rice. So you'll need 2 cups of white rice and 4 Roma tomatoes, 1/4 of an onion, and that's optional. Some people don't like onion, and a piece of garlic. And we're gonna add our vegetables into the blender and blend them just like that with no water. Well, I have everything in the blender. I just cut the tomatoes into 4 so it will fit better. So we're gonna blend. We didn't need any water. It will blend perfectly fine without water. Blend it for a good 40 seconds to a minute. And well, we have to get our pan really hot, and then we're gonna coat the bottom of it with oil. And it's 2 cups of water for every cup of rice. But the secret here is, since when we add the water into the pot, it's gonna start evaporating. So you wanna add an extra 1/2 cup of water. So I'm using 2 cups of rice, I'll be using 4 cups of water, but I'll add an extra 1/2 cup. So it'll be 4.5 cups of water. Now we're gonna brown our rice. So you just put the rice with the oil. And this is very important. You don't want to burn your rice, so you want to constantly stir and stir and stir until it changes color. Right here we're still stirring the rice. I have my stove on high, but we will lower it after the rice browns and we add the liquids. I will lower it, but I have it on high to speed the process of the rice browning. I don't know if you can see that it's starting to change colors. That's what we want. So we want to keep stirring. And I'll show you once the rice is the color that I want it to be. This is the color that we want. We don't want it to get any more brown because then it'll start burning. So this is the color that I like it at. And this is when we would add the tomato sauce that we grinded in the blender. So we can go ahead and add that. This tomato is going to help color the rice. And I lowered my temperature to a little over medium. But it's going to give it a really nice color. That orange color. And we're going to keep letting this cook in there until it's almost evaporated. Till almost all the tomatoes gone. Dried up. Took about 5 minutes. You see how the rice has soaked up most of the tomato. This is what we want. Once it looks like this, almost dried, we'll add our 4.5 cups of water. Get the water in here already, the 4.5 cups of water, and it gave me that nice orange color. I want to get this to a boil. Once it gets to a boil, I'm gonna add this caldo con sabor de pollo. It's chicken flavored bouillon. I'm gonna add about 1/2 capful. So I'll get back to you once this gets to a boil. So once you get it to a boil like this, you want to add the 1/2 capful of the chicken flavor, and you want to stir that in. And you want to try the broth. And if it's not salty enough for you, don't add no more of the chicken flavor. Add some salt. Well, I added another tablespoon of salt. Now that we got it to boil like this, we're gonna turn our heat down to like 3.5, and we're gonna put the cover on it. This is very important. You do not take the cap off for no reason at all. So you leave it there. This is going to take about 20-25 minutes. It could be 30, depends on your stove. But you leave that cap on. I was always told to not take it off. That's why I do it. But if you do take the cap off, I mean, you're letting out all the heat that it's in there that's going to cook the rice. So open the cap after 20-25 minutes. This is after 25 minutes. I took the lid off already and it's cooked. I tried a piece and turn that off, and we're gonna pop the lid back on. And you don't want to move it around because you can mush it. So we're gonna let it sit another 5 minutes with the lid on, and then we can move it around. Well, I moved it around. It's been 5 minutes, and look at this. Came out really good, really fluffy. I tasted it. It's really great. I really hope you guys make this rice. It's really good. And you guys could have added peas and carrots to it, but I wanted to keep it simple for today. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks. I just wanted to share with you guys that it's really difficult or like tricky to make Mexican rice. If you don't get it the first time, don't give up. Try again. The saying is very true that practice makes perfect. I failed miserably a few times before I got it right, so I know it's hard. So I'm here if you have any questions that you want answers to. I'll help you the best I can.